Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's 3 o'clock on Friday afternoon, and I'm here for a fabulous Friday Facebook Live. I'm Sue, the Soggy Stamper, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm excited to bring to you sneak peek of the Cheerful Daisies, the Fresh as a Daisy suite of products that is in the new catalog that will be available for purchasing product on May 2nd. It's not very far away. So I want to show you a little bit about the suite. First off, there's the stamp set. It's photopolymer. And it's a two-step, because you can use this one is you use with a softer color of ink, and then you use a darker color of ink for the details. And it has "Your friendship means everything. You made my day. Oops a daisy, so sorry. Wishing you the brightest birthday." And to go along with that, our dies. I love our dies that go along with the stamp set. And these are the dies. I figured out, I learned something yesterday as I was working with the dies, and that is that if you put these two together, you will end up with this outline. See the outline? And you will end up with this dark center, because the inside of this outside die, it cuts around there, so it will cut out a solid one like this. But if you put this inside it, these edges will cut out the center, so you end up with just the outline, because I had intended to have a solid of this. At any rate, just a little bit of warning. It's also it lines up very specifically, so when you die cut them, see, that's there, that now it fits in there. So when you die cut them and go to put them together, you have to kind of fiddle to get the pattern right. And I wanted to show you, if you can see it, see there is embossing. So not only does it the center die cut, but it embosses. And then I used these dies to make this smaller flower. And the center here is from this piece here. Also has some really delicate leaves, like on this card. And this, when I first saw it, this big one, I thought maybe it would cut out something from the designer series paper, but it doesn't fit anything. But what I discovered is, I think it's meant so you can cut out a whole bunch of things at one time, or like I did, cut it out a basic white and then color each of the things. It's a very small connection between the different things, so if you wanted to cut out several, cut out all the flowers and then separate them, it would be easy to do that, so you could rearrange the arrangement. And I just colored in the centers. I used markers. I'm sorry, I used blends for this. I used a Mossy Meadow for that, and this is the new Lemon Lolly. I colored it several times to get it dark, because it's a fairly light color. This is a beautiful bubble bath. Really pretty beam, and the card base is also bubble bath. This is one of the designer series papers in the bundle. Let me show you. I like to take and cut a 3-inch strip off one side of the paper, and then cut the squares into diamonds so that you can see both sides. I didn't want, on this one, I didn't want to cut into a square, I wanted to be able to show the whole thing, so I did that. This is the reverse side of this piece of cardstock. And then this one here, didn't know quite how to display it. Let me show you what it is. It is a series of squares, different sizes of rectangles that are all kind of together like that. And I took one of them and cut it in half so that the yellow was I think the yellow was here in the middle. And the back side is a mauve color. The colors of this are Azure Afternoon, that's the new blue color, Boho Blue, which is a new blue, Bubble Bath, which is a new color, Cajun Craze, Copper Clay, that's what this color is, and that's a new color. That's one of the new in colors. So is the Boho Blue. Lemon Lolly, which is a light yellow, Moody Mauve, Pebble Path, that's Moody Mauve and Pebble Path and Wild Wheat are in the new 2023-2025 in colors. So you have one Moody Mauve, Wild Wheat, Pebbled Bath, Blue, Boho Blue, and Copper Clay are the colors in that. So this is the Designer Series paper, and this is this background here. And I normally would not use gray, but it just felt right. It goes so nicely with this Bubble Bath. So then I had a challenge on one of my demonstrator groups of using three different designs of a Designer Series paper. I chose to use this one, and I used these three pieces of it. This is the Moody Mauve cardstock, and then I wanted to show the double stamping for the stamp set. This is the Wild Wheat, and I'm not sure whether I like that or not. I originally stamped the center of the daisy with that and didn't like it, so I over-stamped it with the Lemon Lolly. So that's a little bit. Oh, and then part of the suite are these adhesive back solid gems. They're very sparkly. And there's Lemon Lolly, and this is Boho Blue and Copper Clay. And we'll be using them on the card we're going to make. Now, let me show you the card. This is the card. And I fell in love with the color combination. This Copper Clay is just gorgeous. And I stamped it with Copper Clay ink. I used the Pebbled Path for the edges of the daisy. Kind of wish I had used the Boho Blue, maybe, instead of that gray. But this works okay. So, to start with, I have the Boho Blue cardstock. This is 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. And this is the card base. And it feels like it's a little bit heavier than some of the other ones. And then this is the Copper Clay, and this is 4 by 5 1/4. And I wanted to decorate it a bit. So that it wasn't just a boring solid. So I took this little flowery stamp and randomly stamped it with Copper Clay. You could do it with Versamark, it's just as well. This time I don't think I'm going to do it quite as heavily. Sometimes it's hard to know when to stop. Gotta turn the stamp around to fill in. Put a corner in there. I have a hard time with randomness. I like things to be symmetrical. There, that's not quite so bad. Let's see if I can re-stamp this. Yeah. So there's that base, and we'll put it on. Like that. Okay, then I have already stamped and die cut the pieces. So I have a big flower and I have two of the smaller flowers, or the side view ones. And I highly recommend that you use the adhesive sheets and put it on before you die cut the stems and the leaves. When I did, excuse me, for my arms, but when I did these, I did die cut. I did put the adhesive on behind. Here I didn't, and it was a little trickier getting the stuff to stick down. So with these fine dies, it really helps to do that. So I'm going to put that up there, kind of arranging it before I put my stems on. And along with that adhesive sheet, need your take your pick, because it makes getting that paper backing much easier. You just peel it off just like that. So they'll go like that, and I think I'll put that one on right now. I'm going to put it on with some Stampin' Dimensional material. Take your pick is also good for doing this. Supposedly, you can just pop it right off like that. Got that trick from another demonstrator. And then we'll put our other two stems on. So once you get your pieces all die cut, it really doesn't take too long to create your card. I hope you all had a good Easter. Worship at church was awesome. We had a rather quiet Easter otherwise, because one of our daughters is Greek Orthodox. Their Easter is coming up. It's a week later. And our other daughter, their big thing is just to have Easter eggs. And even though the youngest is 16 now, but they still have Easter egg hunt. I think that's fun. But they don't do anything special in the way of dinner or anything, so we had a quiet one here at home. And today is a beautiful sunny day, about 56 degrees, not very warm because there's a cool breeze. But oh, the trees are blooming like crazy, and I love it. So any of you, thank you for watching, and any of you who leave a comment, it's hard for me to keep track of the comments and stamp, but rest assured that I will respond to your comments after I'm through with this video. Pull that back up out of there. And a couple more leaves and the front will be almost done. The other thing about using the adhesive sheets is that you don't get this adhesive all over your fingers as a rule. Let's see if I can slide that up under there. Yeah, that hides part of the poor job of stamping on that one. And then there's the greeting. And this greeting is stamped with the copper clay. And then I cut it out with the corresponding label die. And if you can tell, there's stitching embossed on it. Wishing you the brightest birthday. I will pop the greeting up. Down here, and then we'll put a couple of the ornaments on it. And I thought I'd use the blue to bring out the boho blue of the card base. So I'll put one in the center of that daisy. Yeah. One down here. I like to do things in threes. Put one there. So I could put one of the yellow ones in the centers of here, but that kind of, they aren't quite the size of the center, so I think I'll leave them that way. Now on the inside, this was light enough card base that you could just write on it like that, and you could stamp something in the corner. Or you could take a piece of basic white that's 4 inches by 5 1/4 and put that in there, and then you could stamp. Or I actually could put this daisy in the corner there if it were not the bubble, if it were white instead of the bubble bath. So there's that. So that is what I had to share with you today. I think I'm going to get a lot of use. I really like this one. Yes, we just retired a daisy punch, and we've recently retired some daisies, another daisy stamp. But it is, this one is a bigger, has more possibilities with it than the other one was, and I really like it. So now some more of the colors. This is the wild wheat, and I'll show you what it stamps like. I'll have to get some other stamps here. I made the mistake of stamping the wild wheat and then not cleaning the stamp off well enough, and so that's the wild wheat. This is the copper clay. I love that color. And the Moody Mauve. Didn't think I would like it, but it's pretty nice. That's not quite what I expected. And I particularly, on this card, not this one, this card, I stamped it off once to get that lighter, and then that's the base. And this is the Lolly. Don't want to use that. We'll have a green leaf. I mean a yellow leaf. So it's a nice bright yellow. It's kind of hard to see the ink pad, I think, but the Stampin' Blend dark, particularly, this is the dark Stampin' Blend. And it shows up quite a bit darker. This is the lovely, lovely, I love this one. This is Bubble Bath. This is the dark Bubble Bath. And the bullet point is a really firm bullet point. Here, I'll show. So this is the dark. And here's the light. Then a couple other new colors that I love are the that's not them. I thought I had. I thought I had gotten all the new blends, but I don't see them here. Palmy Blue. Well, I will have to go through the rest of the new blends. On my pre-order, I just ordered, I did not order the blends for the new in colors, nor for some of the returning colors that I had the cardstock and I had the ink, but I did not, and markers, but I didn't, at that time they didn't have blends for them. So anywho, I thank you for watching. This is Sue the Soggy Stamper, and it's a Friday afternoon, and I shared with you some of this new suite, the Fresh as a Daisy suite. The recording of this will be up on my YouTube channel this afternoon. If you have any questions, contact me, Sue at soggystamper.com. And if you would like, if you are a resident of the United States and don't already have a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator, and I would love to send you one of the new catalogs. If you're interested, email me with your email address and your phone number so I can get back to you to see if you actually received the catalog. If you need any products, my store is creationsbysue.stampinup.net. Thanks so much for watching, and have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you again next Friday. Bye-bye.